I was certainly the first one, the first African, to teach at the University of Dhaka, assisted by other French teachers. And the first one to be also the head of the English department at the university. English was quite new in Senegal, in the French colonies. The teachers, we had one or two teachers, French, at the university, the English department. We had discussion, and I, the first one to suggest this kind of association. This is what I like. Even when I was at home, learning Arabic and Arabic, I wanted them to test people.
I am an English language teacher by training, and I have worked in different schools. ATES, as an association of teachers of English, that anyway should be interested in the professional development of teachers. So it was decided under the advice of Thérèse Ndiaye that my job would not be only the official job of CT d'Anglais, but also of helping ATES revive in Dhaka and in the region. When we traveled in the regions, first with John Palfrey, but also later with Tim Robinson, who had arrived in Senegal in 1992, we organized some workshops in the regions. That's what we did in Kaolack with Muntaga and I believe Abdoulaye Latif Diouf. We did that in Ziguinchor. I think Ablaye Job was still there, Moussa Diouf and Atouman. We did that in Tambacounda. We did that in Saint-Louis. We did that also in Louga. We also did that in Tivaouane. As early as 1995 or 1996, there was an important ATES activity outside Dhaka. That was a gathering of Club d'Anglais in Tivaouane, hosted by the mayor of Tivaouane then. It was Nyan, I believe. He belonged to PS. And he gave a lot of help to Sheikh Mbacké Sène for the organization of that, gathering of some English clubs from different regions of Senegal.
I joined ATES in 1990, and at that time, the only money ATES had came from monthly contributions and membership cards. So the little money ATES had was mainly spent on paper. We needed paper to make photocopies. For instance, when action plans were ready, we made photocopies and sent them to different schools. And we thought that the main way of motivating teachers would be to try to organize a trip to the US. And we did in 1994. But by that time, there was already a US grant. But after the trip, attendance increased significantly. But again, before there was any real grant, we relied on monthly contributions and membership cards to carry out the activities we planned.
Let me first mention the context. At that time, that is in 1997, when we took over, I was a member of a team. The context was characterized by the existence of only a few ELT institutions offering ELT to adults, beside the teaching of English at all levels at the junior and senior school. There was also the existence of the ELT office. There was also the development, update, and implementation of a new curriculum based on the communicative approach, the focus on in-service teacher training, materials development, the training of trainers in Britain and the US, respectively, through the British Council and the RILA office. The second element is about the challenges from 1983 to 1997. We had to revive this association, bring new life to it, We had to create the resources, to create and use resources, develop partnership with structures willing to support us in the implementation of our programs, turn the association into one recognized internationally, convince English teachers at large that ATES was not the property of a few privileged teachers in Dakar, but a professional, international professional association.
If the best memory I have of ATES is certainly 2004, because that was when the organization held for the first time the festival out of Dakar. And it was an opportunity for us, a local chapter, to inherit from the national organization an option and possibility of having more than 11 regions coming to chess for a whole weekend. We had more than 200 children coming from all over the country. It was a weekend full of joy and skits and songs, and that was a real kaleidoscope whose colors are still certainly very, very lively in our brain. This event has certainly contributed a lot in developing the local chapters and making them more lively in terms of people coming and joining. And ATES was no longer perceived as a Dakar thing, because people then from the different areas understood that they could contribute and get a lot from ATES. And another event that I still remember also was the convention. The convention was held in Chess at the technical school, and we had roughly more than 300 teachers coming from all over the country, and that was a very, very big event.
I would like to insist on two main things. I have to pay tribute to the pioneers, and special thanks to the former presidents, especially Mariam Sadibou. We have branches all over the country in the 14 regions, but in Sandway, the revival really started in 2008 with the election of a new board with Dr. Karim Gay, and then after that we came to the turning point. Let's say in 2011, the renewal of the board, we had Sheikh Tijan as a president, and from 2012, which is a turning point, things really started to go ahead. We all started to push because there is a leadership spirit prevailing in Sandway. We have to thank all those leaders in ATES board, because they are working hand in hand in close relationship to help ATES develop. Because the main thing is helping teachers all over the country and even in the sub-region to develop professionally.
In March 2003, I had the privilege as president to represent ATES when I met Dr. Professor Virginia Lejnev in Washington, D.C. at the Fall Convention of WATESOL. Then I had to go to that convention and give a talk, and during that talk, as I say, another great encounter with Giacomo Rossino, a big lunch at TESOL headquarters, and another bright idea came to this man, the idea of a symposium in December 2005 for all West Africa. It was a gathering of EFL educators, and the objective, the aim was promoting and improving language education in sub-Saharan Africa. The symposium was held on December 16 and 17, 2005 in Dakar. When I went back to the roster, there were some 210 people from 15 countries. I remember the topic. It was English language teacher in resource challenge context. In the keynotes, we had Judy Crandall, who emphasized that the most valuable resource being was in fact the teacher. Then we had Briar Tomlinson, who gave workshops on powerful classroom-focused suggestions as the teacher as a key resource, but the second major resource being the students.
I would say that it is ATES and WATESOL who put on the map the concept of a partnership between TESOL affiliates. And we have also various visits during those conventions. We have various institutional visits, and we even had a presentation at the TESOL Convention. And later on, when we came back to our own continent, we tried also to develop those partnership ideas with some countries. And I feel that the result can be seen today. You can see how many countries are represented in this convention. Also, we had some attempts in here with our colleague Maawa Samb contributing in different sessions, and in Ivory Coast in 2012, and then in Dakar in 2013, in their various attempts to set up a Pan-African Association of Teachers of English Associations. And our best hope now is for those partnerships to go on spreading around the continent and beyond the continent.
Thank you.